Hello and welcome back to Soulcreek. We'll be continuing where we left off, which, if you recall, is after the whole ordeal with them, meaning Alex and Loken, stirring up all the demons. Basically, after Alex, in his, I guess, attempt to get some sort of clues as to what happened to him and what happened to the humans at large, decided to go into the rhinestone dish and touch a whole bunch of little panels, which eventually caused them to, I guess, like a message that was being transmitted between the rhinestone dish and the one at Devil's Crag, or Crag, whatever it's called. Um, this, as a result, alerted the demons to something happening, causing them to chase an unconscious Alex and Loken basically out of the black zone. But it also caused all the demons in every single black zone in the area, assuming in the area, to stir. And a child was almost killed because of that. Thankfully, Alex and Loken arrived just in time to stop it from happening. But it does seem like the demon wasn't so much interested in the child as it was interested in Alex. Or at the very least, in Alex and Loken because of what happened. So yeah, it was more toying with them than anything. I'm pretty sure that if Alex had been the one to jump over the fence to try to get at the kid, that it would have, went for Alex instead, as opposed to where Loken was able to safely retrieve the child. Well, safely, quote unquote. Anyways, but yeah, so I guess technically today is the day of the what is it called? The indulgence. So we're either gonna see that or we're gonna see the fallout of them having, stirred up the demons. So yeah. Anyways, so let's continue. Loken? I groggily shift about, finding the husky no longer beside me. I've been moved, now nestled in my bedding. Damn, the first dream that I've had since I woke up in Ilea. It was intense. I'm not surprised that it was of him, given how yesterday went. How much sleep did I get? It couldn't have been more than a couple of hours. I'm exhausted. Hey, rat, it's Taki. Get your tits in check and get out here. Yeah, I'm coming. I sit up, eyes stinging from fatigue. I figured Logan might have moved to his bed, but it's empty. He's left his Black Runner outfit in a pile. I'm alone. Hmm. The last thing that I remember was drifting off to sleep against his side. Hey, Bite? My brain butler doesn't answer. Bite! All right, he's busy decoding the algorithm that we found at the rhinestone dish. I won't have him today. It's only then occurs to me how lonely I'm going to feel without him. Oi, quit tugging your sheath and get up! Hang on! Cods! I amble over to the door, tucking my morning boner away to hide it. I wince at the blinding sunlight. You look like a bag of shit, rat. Yeah, I feel like one too. Where's Loken? I saw him on the way here. He's going to the springs. Wants some alone time. Is he alright? She holds out a hand and shakes it in a so-so fashion. Look pretty beat. So do you mind? You feeling rough after... She falters. You know, last night? Yeah, I didn't sleep much. Well, pull yourself together. Chief wants a word. I already told Loken. He'll catch up with you in the village. Come on. What does Drevonia want with me? I don't know. I ain't always got my tongue up her asshole. Come on, move your ass. I stuff my arms into my hoodie pocket and close the lodge door behind me. Lead the way. As I walk alongside Taki, I glance in the direction of the hot springs, but there is no sign of the husky. Did, when did you see Logan? On my way up here. He was leaving and I was arriving. He looked fine, Rat. Just real tired. Did he say anything else? Rat, he's fine. Just give him some fucking space. It's hard to quell my concern. I'm convinced that he's run off because of me. What did I do wrong? Trying to brush my worry for the hound aside, I instead wonder about something that I heard Taki mention. What did you say earlier? I was tugging my what? You fucking sheath. Bet yous was too. I stare at her blankly. What? Um, humans don't have sheaths. Taki stops and stares at me in bewilderment. Eh? You having my ass? Yep, just a dick and balls, nothing special. Seriously? Drop your slacks. Let me see. I laugh out loud. What the hell, Taki? You're not adding me to your collection of dismembered conks. Aw, come on. I ain't never met someone without one. Don't it hurt when you walk? Why would walking hurt our dicks? That would be a huge evolutionary fuck up. I'm just wondering. Heard old folks that don't have sheets, but it's real rare among bipeds. Good to know that it's not just a human thing. Yeah, folks are different here. Aeon tried to explain how folks inherit this body bit and that body bit, but I zoned out when that little stump starts talking. Still, you gotta let me see. Heh. I am not flashing my junk at you. Aw, come on. You gotta get with the spirit. It's indulgence tonight. Have yourself a drink and get fucked like everyone else. I mean, I'm going with Logan, so he won't mind. I'll help you pair off with a bunch of girls your own size. In return, though, I get to see your cock. Keep trying, Taki. Besides, I'm not. I falter. Not? Uh, into girls? Yeah, I know. First time for everything, though. I give her a flat-faced frown. How did you know? Orion told me. And how did he know? He just knows, Rat. The dude runs a mating troupe. Guy can usually tell what you like just from a glance, and he says what you like ain't this. She grabs one of her breasts seductively, giving me a sly wink. I roll my eyes. Hey, so is Orion gonna be free? He normally hooks up with the mutt. I don't really know. Maybe? Honestly, I'm crushing hard for that tiger. First time I saw him rolling up to the village, I thought my pussy was gonna burst into song. I wonder if Bite can delete mental images from my brain. Maybe Aeon could do it. With a knife, if necessary. So, the clans are okay with guys liking guys, girls liking girls? Depends on the clan. Here, you're mostly good. Drevonia ain't gonna start forcing you to munch the same pie as everyone else. Other clans ain't always so keen, and you always got the odd one here and there who won't have it. It's seen as disrespectful to the indulgence. Disrespectful how? Folks take the event seriously. It's a big deal. Me, I say we still got plenty of spunk to go around, so I ain't gonna slap your hand away if you reach for the sausage platter. To be honest, it's pretty rare. There's always rumors that the mating troops practice on each other. Caius ain't a fan of it. He's exiled folks for less. Most Draconia are cool, though. Do people know about Loken? Yeah, but he's a black runner. So are you. Ain't nobody gonna ask questions. Even Caius? Who the fuck cares what Caius thinks? He ain't the chieftain of the fucking world. Still, another reason for this Zephyr-hating, technophobe tyrant to be wary of me. Soon the brisk morning air is rousing me from my initial fatigue, though a few extra hours of sleep wouldn't hurt after this. So, your first time in the zones? How was it? I hold up my bandaged hand to her. Ah, sugar cooks? Yup, 3 of them. I'm guessing Loken handled them. Only after I handled them. Sort of, not counting Bite's android superpowers. Oh, that right? Good on you, Rat. Find any good salvage out there? We weren't really looking for any. We stopped a few places just in case, but, Oh, wait! I startle her with a jolt of realization as I pat my thigh to see if it's still in my pocket. I find what I'm looking for and tug it out, resting it on my hand. What's that? It's a mating lure for humans. It releases a chemical that turns us into rabid sex monsters. Psst, what is it really? A music box. Watch. We stop walking for a moment whilst I flick the thing open and wind the tiny lever. Taki's ears flick at the sound. She cranes her head forward, pointing her ear at my hand. That's a neat little tune, Rat. I like it. You gonna trade it? I snap my hand closed. No way. It's mine. Where the hell did that come from? Yours? Heh. Who needs Logan when we got you, eh? Hey, I didn't mean. It's just the first thing that I found of my people. It means a lot to me. Taki shrugs in understanding. Far as I'm concerned, all the salvage laying out here is yours either way. You go get whatever you think you need. Just don't start going all this mine on me, you hear? I'll knock your tooth out and add it to Logan's. Heh, I'll try. Aye, grand. She pauses for a beat as the Draconi village comes into view, giving me occasionally sideways glances. I frown at her. What? I was, well, I was gonna say thanks. What for? For last night, with the demon. Losing one of our own like that would have been rough. Village owes you and Logan big time. I recall the entity standing behind Mylo, mocking and teasing him. Even with whatever vigor I had, the image chills me. Are they okay? The kids? Dunno. I heard that they were real shaken up, not talking to anyone. The girls didn't sleep all night, apparently. Do know about the lad. He was with the chief all night. I wince. Demons attack the mind, and that must be especially brutal for a kid. Of course, most of the tribeswomen are saying that it was just a wild animal, but you know, that's how things go. Tsk, probably for the best. So... She hesitates. Yeah? So, it was a proper demon? I blink at her. You're really asking me that? Yeah? It was a demon, right? What you guys saw last night? You'll fry your brain with questions like that. Don't think about them. She opens her mouth to ask another question, but I shoot her a warning glare. I mean it. Just getting curious, you know? That's new. She didn't seem curious when I asked her a couple of days ago. What's changed? Just pretend that it was an animal. Don't think about it. That's what black runners are for. Aye, that's what you're for. Anyway, you gonna wash? I frown, perturbed. Do I stink? Like an acre of shit. Oh, I'll go to the springs too later. Just use the water makers we got here. They're pretty good. Even got the fancy washing soaps courtesy of the mating troop. I assume that the water makers are the showers. I do like the sound of one, and I'm curious to see how the plumbing for them is set up here. Yeah, I might do. Hey, I think I know the way to the hall from here. Aye, Rat. Watch yourself. Be seeing you later. And ya weird human cock, too. She winks at me, then turns about and marches off in the direction of the village square. I hide my arms in my hoodie pocket and make my way to Drevonia. On the way, I pass tribeswomen and members of the mating troop. The men are being well looked after. They must rely on the accommodations provided by the clans they visit to survive. There are a lot of blatant teasings going on between both sides. The tribeswomen are making themselves comfortable in the laps of the men, who are similarly prying the women for attention. The vivacious energy is palpable. I can sense them all patiently holding onto their cultured sensibilities until the time comes to throw them off and descend into prehistoric lust later tonight. It's so natural to them. I don't think that I'll be able to lose my inhibitions like that, no matter how horny I was. I am way too self-conscious, especially as a tiny human, around all these mighty bipeds. My thoughts drift back to Loken. What's going on with us? Every time that we got close yesterday, he'd always back off. I'm not fully clear what he's anxious about, and I don't want to make him uncomfortable again. I'm his acolyte, first and foremost. Only this and nothing more. After what I saw in the Black Zones yesterday, perhaps thinking with my dick isn't a good idea. You think? This world is more dangerous than I could have imagined. I need to stay focused. I find the hall easily enough. Nobody bothers me, save for the occasional odd stares or nervous greetings. The energy of the indulgence seems focused on the square, where most of the troop are gathered. Out here, things feel more normal. I yawn. After this, I need to catch a few extra hours of sleep. Alex, good, you're here. Thanks for coming. Have a seat. I plant myself behind one of the tables, tapping my fingers nervously on it. Do you need anything? Food? Water? Drevonia sits opposite of me, lounging back and staring with interest. She's being awfully nice. I'm fine, thanks. Already had breakfast. Good, good. I wanted to thank you for what you did last night. You helped save those children's lives. Things could have been played out very differently if you hadn't been there. I leaned forward, immediately racked with concern. How are they? Drevonia grumbles with unease. The girls are deeply unsettled, but that's to be expected. They didn't see anything, but it's clearly still having an effect. A few weeks of nightmares might be unavoidable, but I don't see any permanent harm. And Mylo? She gestures to a spot behind me. See for yourself. I whirl around and, to my surprise, see young Mylo sitting alone at a table nearby. The boy is absorbed in building something with pieces of scrap metal. He seems fine. I'm glad to see that he's okay, but it's not what I expected. Has he said anything? He's still a little shaken, but not like the other children. For the most part, he's just his usual quirky self. I frown. Are you sure he's okay? The demon targeted him. He was right in the thick of it. That's one of the reasons that I called you here. He's a tough one for sure, very spirited, but he's still only a child. Will you speak to him? Me? He doesn't know me. He's starting to. What about his mother? The whole clan is responsible for our youngsters, including you. I cringe with unease. Does that mean, like, I have to feed him and stuff? Mylo had a run-in with the demon, and seems unaffected. It's unusual. I want a Black Runner's opinion. Just check in with him. You saved him. He does know you. To be honest, even without the clan's obligation, I feel invested in this lad's well-being after last night. Okay, sure. I'll be quick. I rise to my feet, sliding my chair back, and leaving Drevonia at the table. Mylo is sitting with his back to me, engrossed in his scrap metal project. As I get closer, I peer over his shoulder to see what he's making. He's using a rock to bend a metal pipe into a Y shape. A slingshot, perhaps? Though it looks a bit too intricate for that. Hey, Mylo. The boy looks over his shoulder at me. Oh, you're Alex. Hey. Yeah, that's right. With a friendly smile, I sit opposite of him. He's wearing a hoodie like mine, heavily fashioned after the Zephyr. How are you doing? He hums. I'm trying to estimate his age, but it's tough given that he isn't human. I'd wager about 10. Sore. Chief is making me work the field all week. I was out there all morning. If I have to listen to any more cows screaming at me, I'm gonna lose it. I contain a laugh. Is that your punishment? Being knee-deep in pig shit? Yeah, it sucks. Hey, can you get me out of it? If it teaches you not to go zone baiting again, I'm all for the pig shit. Don't worry. I'm never going zone baiting again. It was so stupid. I only did it because the other kids dared me. Come on, Mylo. I bet you're smarter than that. Mylo groans and flails dramatically. Maria called me a coward. I'm not taking that from her. Her face looks like a duck's asshole. She really hates me too, all because I once dropped a spider down the back of her shirt and laughed about it. Why did you do that? Because it was really funny, and she deserved it. She's a bully. Everyone thinks so. He picks up a piece of his scrap metal creation. I still can't quite figure out what it is. No more zone baiting, I promise. I'll just stick to the stuff that I'm actually good at. Like making stuff? What are you making right now? Nope, it's a new creation. You gotta wait till it's done, like everyone else. Ah, an inventor. Fair enough. What else are you good at then? I like knocking on Barrow's door and running away. Does that count? Damn, I'm starting to like this little punk. Not really. Yeah, well, he's a fat prick. He once threw his shoe at my friend's head. Why did he do that? 'Cause he's a fat prick. I fold my arms and smirk. He must be just putting on a brave face, right? Hey Mylo, do you, remember anything from last night? He puffs his cheeks out and blows a raspberry, lips pouting. I remember hearing stuff, seeing you talking to me. I knew it was standing behind me. I remember the smell too. What was that? I shake my head. I don't know. It was my first time seeing one too. Well, I'm not scared of them. It's okay, Mylo. You don't have to act tough with me. You seemed pretty scared last night. Duh, there was a demon behind me. There isn't a demon behind me right now, is there? I pretend to look past him, face scrunched up in scrutiny. Nah, it's just the chief. But she's much scarier. Mylo snickers. It was scary at the time. I thought that I was gonna die. I always knew demons were real. Most people don't think so. Well, they're wrong, aren't they? They should stop pretending. I don't think that he's putting on a facade. He really is fine. Just as I'm pondering how he isn't even slightly traumatized, his green eyes widen. They're fixed on a point just below my face. Bullet! What? There! He's looking at my amulet, the bullet chain Logan made for me. Yeah, yeah, that's right. I frown. Neither Mia nor Barrow knew what a bullet was. I pinch between my fingers, lifting it up so that he can see. Did Logan teach you about these in school? Nope, I just remember it. From where? Um, I'm not sure. I just do. Ah, now I get why he's so calm. I better tell Logan about this. Hey, listen. I need to get back to the chief. If you ever need anything, let me or Logan know, okay? I will. Thanks, Alex. Giving him a final smile, I rise back up to my feet. Drevonia watches me return. Her face lights up expectantly as I rejoin her at the table. Well, he's gonna be fine. She squints at me. It's, Black Runner stuff. I'll talk to Logan about him. All right. In that case, on to the real reason that I summoned you here. I had a hunch that wasn't it. I want an explanation. She stares at me intensely. I have nothing to hide, but at once I feel like I'm on trial. For what? Demons have never come this close to the borders before. Why were the Black Zones riled up? It happened all over Ilea. Yeah. They were disturbed, but... Wait, all over Ilea? She nods somberly. Messages are coming in. Everything seems back to normal now, but two of Caius's Black Runners disappeared in the frenzy. He isn't happy. I wince, my stomach churning guiltily. Whatever we found at the rhinestone dish is bigger than I thought. What can you tell me? What did you see in the Black Zone? I... Wait, I shouldn't tell you this stuff, should I? It's Black Runner business. It's Draconi business. So what did you see? Can you tell me anything about the demon that tried to take Mylo? You really want to know about the Black Zones? I do, and I'm chieftain of the Draconi. Tell me what happened. She waves her authority at me. I'm certain that she knows how dangerous this line of inquiry is. You're the one that first told me ignorance is bliss. She irritably waves her paw and dismisses my objection. Never mind all that with me. This is more important. Tell me what happened. I know that I can't discuss this stuff with her, for her own protection, but refusing her is a daunting prospect. They, I just... I'm not sure I should. I am not some weak-minded peasant, Alex. Answer my question. When she snaps at me, my heart almost leaps from my chest. Drevonia pinches her brow, drawing herself back to composure. Sorry. I'm sorry. I was hoping that you'd have more for me. She sounds quite emotional. I've never heard her lose her cool like that. I understand this knowledge is dangerous, but my interest is personal. I have a grudge against the Black Zones. What happened? My sister, Alira. Many years ago she became informed. She died. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Alira was so passionate. She believed that the clans would never progress unless we learned to face the Black Zones. She knew that the longer that we stagnated, the more that we would dwindle. She knew the risks, and she took them. She dove into the Black Zones, in search of knowledge. Whatever she found cost her everything. There was a pause. Even with all her dignified composure, I can see this is heavily weighing her down. I won't allow her efforts to be wasted. I want to know what's out there, Alex, for her, and everyone. Generations of cowering. This has to end, Alex. She knew that. When I first saw you, a living Zephyr, I knew it was too risky to keep you alive. However, I thought that you might be the key to something, some insight. That's why you didn't execute me straight away. I'm sorry for the manipulation. I'm quiet for a moment, mulling over my thoughts. I get it. Do you? I stare at her. Yesterday in the Black Zones, I stop, wary of how much I should say. Tell me. It's all still there. The Zephyr ruins. I saw it all. I'm the last human. I don't even know what I lost. Only that clans don't even remember what humans look like. I just feel alone. It scares me. It scares me that something wanted us, not just dead, abolished, deleted from everything. If I don't find out what happened, they win, don't they? Or I lose. I don't know what's worse. I falter. I'm only now realizing how much this means to me. Logan and I found something out there yesterday. It's dangerous, but I have to follow it up. I have to. There was a short pause, then she nods in understanding. Seeing that must have been saddening for you. I look away, feeling my jaw tense. I fumble with the music box in my pocket. Nope, not sad. Angry. I hear it. She smiles resolutely at me. I want justice for your people and Alira, and I will find it. I will beat these demons. Even Logan didn't understand my outrage, but she does. Chief, if I start telling you these things, I'm sending you down the same path as Alira. Maybe there's a way, but this isn't it. The madness of the Black Zones is real. That knowledge really does have a price. She sighs. All right, Alex. I won't push you for this information. But in return, promise me something. What? Whatever reason that you're here, whatever purpose you have, fulfill it. I grin. Deal. For Alira. And for every lost human. I'm sorry about your sister. She shrugs off my sympathy, scraping her chair back and rising to her feet. If she was here, she'd smack me for all the weeping. She was fierce, like you couldn't imagine. On to other things, Alex. The indulgences tonight. I want you there. You're part of our clan now. I grimace. Yes. So the troop can see how dumb and tiny I am? She snorts dismissively. Don't demean yourself. You've come incredibly far in only a few short days. Logan was right about you. This is your path. I don't understand why it's so important that Logan and I are there. He doesn't want to go. The mating troop travel in and out of Ilea. There is a source of trade. Word about you will spread through them. I'd like the word to be that you're one of us, and that's that. She says it firmly, and I feel oddly warmed by her assurance. So you really think I'm a Draconi now? You've always been a Draconi. You were just lost. Now you found your way home. It's a nice sentiment, crossing entire centuries just to find my place. But I'm still a human, a Zephyr. I don't suppose that you've seen Loken today? Haven't you? I shake my head, and she quickly picks up on my worry. He'll be here soon, no doubt. I suggest that you visit the tailors and perhaps use the water makers. Your outfit could use a wash. She has a point. My clothes are still covered in dust and grime from the Black Zones. I doubt that it's a good look, and I assume the bipeds have better noses than I do. Yeah, all right. Where are they? Past the square, then head towards the farms. You can't miss them. Ask the tailors to find something your size. Great, thanks. And I'll see you again at dusk for the indulgence. I grimace. Yep, the orgy. Good times. She shakes her head, chuckling. What's there to be embarrassed about? I don't have the energy to answer. I just shake my head and get to my feet. It's just a human thing, okay? I'll see you later, Chief. Alex? With a final nod, I head back outside. I quickly find the water makers. A network of crude pipes and ramshackle water tanks wrap around the wooden building. Steam creeps up from within, floating blissfully upwards into the air. It blows my mind that the Automonks can still enable a level of technological engineering. It's remarkably bizarre and completely unnerving. Next to the showers are the tailors, an open-walled hut with countless hanging baskets within, each full of bursting with a random assortment of garments. Seems like clothes are all communal. They just grab outfits at random. Like my hoodie, most pieces are fashioned after Zephyr clothing. I still don't understand why they do that. There aren't many tribeswomen here. A few are working with the tailors, and a couple exit the showers as I approach. I stop by the tailors first. The woman I speak to, a fox, is very polite despite her unease. She helps me pick out a more casual outfit for after the shower. Thanks. Is there anywhere that I could wash my current getup? Oh, we'll take them. Just come back later and we'll have everything freshened up for you. I smile, warmed by her generosity. That's great, thanks. They really need it. I've been in the black zone getting covered in, dirt. I've only meant it as a casual, lighthearted comment. As I see her reaction, I realize how stupid it's been. She pulled her hands away from me, her eyes wide with fear. Uh, oh, I think, I think we've actually got a lot of clothes to wash today. Oh, why don't you clean them in the hot springs? I hear that's what Loken does. I'm slightly put off by her change of heart, but I force a sympathetic smile. I know it's nothing personal. Right, yeah. I'll do that. Thanks for the new clothes anyway. Damn, on top of being human, we get treated like we've got the plague for being a tainted black runner too. Oh, right. No bite. I head to the showers. The showers are split off into 6 larger rooms. I pick one of the empty rooms, preferring to avoid exposing my furless human ass to anyone. Placing my new clothes by the door, I strip down. The cold air freezes my bare skin, but I'm used to the chill at this point. There are several sweet-smelling leather bottles lined up in the corner. I assume that they must be shampoo, so I take one of the bottles. Inspecting the shower faucets, I find that they're just simple, sawed-off pipes. A makeshift pneumatic switch is attached halfway down each one. I turn the nearest one. It sputters and shakes, then begins to spit a crude stream at me. It's pretty hot. Soon the room is fogged up with steam. After a moment, just enjoying the water, I pour a dollop of the viscous shampoo-like substance onto my hands and douse my hair with it. The bubbles up quickly and I begin lathering myself up. Huh, it's minty. Nice. This isn't so bad. I unwrap the bandage on my hand. The cut beneath is just minor, so I doubt that it needs more treatment. It's a rare moment of quiet where I'm completely alone. Normally, this is where Bite and I would take verbal jabs at each other. Weighed down by fatigue and overwhelmed by my mental solitude, my mind gropes for happy distractions. It arrives at Loken and the upcoming indulgence. I'd much prefer to be showering with them, but I don't know how our cultures would clash if we did something more. Given how alone that I've been feeling today, could that be why I'm craving his company so much? Hell, could that be why I developed such a swift attachment to him in the first place? The only time people get together here is at the indulgence, with no room for closed-off relationships, just one communal fuck, and that's it. It's a far cry from the Zephyr way. It's not like I'm in love with him. I barely know him. It's only been a few days. Exactly. Yet there is something about how blunt and unrefined he is that's incredibly enticing to me. My God. I saw a hint of it yesterday. Raw, bestial desire that I wish he just let loose on me. Ugh. I picture him here with me, as I lather his thick pelt with soap and knead my hands into his sculpted chest. My waist buzzes pleasantly from neglect. It may only be a physical attraction I have, but I do admire him, and I like his company. He is a good hound. Suddenly I hear footsteps. Someone's here. Gah! Morning, Alex. Orion drops a small basket by the doorway and heads over to the opposite side of the room. I swiftly turn around. I hear him twist a shower pump and stand beneath the stream of water. Hey. Are you alright? Fine. I'm trying to hide how timid I feel. He has no qualms having everything out in front of me. The tiger just shakes his head with amusement at my coyness. Oh, were you using the shampoo? It's for thicker pelts, like Loken's. Probably not good for your bare skin. Here. He's holding out a small aromatic bar of soap to me. I force myself to turn to face him. Trying really hard to keep my eyes on his face, I take it with burning cheeks. Thanks. The white ash is from a kabok tree, quite rare. He casually dips his head beneath the stream of water as he turns the tap. Ah, the water is great. This is why I love visiting the Draconi. Orion takes another bar of soap from his pile and begins scrubbing his fur down. I find myself gazing at his body. His bulky chest and firm shoulders flex as he rinses his fur. Don't stare, don't be weird. Blushing furiously, I look away. As tempting and as alluring as the alien design of his junk is, I'm too embarrassed to steal a glance. Orion, however, seems to have no such qualms when it comes to me. Humans don't have sheaths? I wince, face turning scarlet. Nope. Humans are, we're different, I guess. I wouldn't say that. A few of my troop don't have them either. It's just rare. Ah, good to know. First time seeing one, I assume? N- uh, not, uh, not exactly. I can shower later if you'd prefer to be alone. No, it's fine. I just, get a little embarrassed? Is that a human thing? Apparently so. All right, I promise it'll keep my eyes on your face. I'm half tempted to just keep looking at his sheath. He doesn't seem to mind, and I'd kind of like to know how they actually work. Maybe Logan can show me. By the way, I hear that you're the one that saved my son. I spin back around, frowning. Mylo is your son? I shouldn't be so surprised. I even remember thinking Orion looked familiar when I first saw him. One of them. I think I have two at this village. Or three. It's hard to remember who is where. How many children do you have? Really, Alex, I have no idea. 100 or more, I'd say. My jaw drops. That's insane. Is it? One of my troop boys, Tomley, he's working up to 300. But he's proficient. Prefers to spread his seed around quickly. The sheer volume of his offspring isn't what shocks me. Your kids are just numbers to you? He shrugs, perplexed by my question. It's a great honor to be a part of the mating troop, but we're not fathers. We share the indulgence, and then we leave. He flicks his tail free of water droplets. The indulgence is a sad necessity. Many seem to have forgotten why it exists in the first place. Yes, it's a spiritual and sacred event to celebrate, but it came about because of survival. I feel that we've grown numb to the looming threat of extinction. That's pretty bleak. How do you join a mating troop anyway? Most men volunteer when they're old enough, compared with what most clans go through. It's a great life, traveling the world and being treated with respect. We have to rely on black runners to help us navigate around the black zones. So, for many, it's the only way to leave the land that you're born in safely and see the world. This indulgence thing really is a cultural keystone. And Drevonia is really okay with guys getting it on? He laughs, shrugging his shoulders nonchalantly. You're talking about Logan and I. I am allowed my own indulgences. He has a good heart. I care about him. A great deal. Before I can ask a follow-up question, he grins at me. Has he tried to fuck you yet? What? I said, has he fucked you yet? I assume that he's waiting for the indulgence, given how he acted yesterday. Oh, come on. I'm his acolyte. He's not waiting for anything. Is that a joke? You're his only other compatible match, and you're a cute little thing with a gorgeous ass. Of course he wants you. My face turns scarlet. Damn, I thought Loken was blunt. Orion is really something. Thanks, I guess. Will you indulge with him? I don't know how comfortable I am talking about this, let alone while I'm butt-ass nude. I grumble, letting the remaining soak wash from my skin and turning the shower tap off. I don't really get how you guys do things here. I sense him looking curiously at me. As I step away, I collect my new clothes. I grab a towel and start quickly drying myself. What don't you get? I'm not even sure where to begin. Like, I mean, Loken sort of suggested you guys only have sex at the indulgence. Is that true? Not exactly. Opportunities to mate come up outside of the event. It's just considered greedy and disrespectful. So, I can fuck outside of the indulgence, but it makes me a slut? The indulgence is a joining of many souls, and for a greater purpose beyond pleasure. It's a reminder that despite all we're up against, we're still creatures of the wild. It is a natural hunger. Many believe going against that is impertinent to our cause. Surely any breeding is good breeding. Alex, I agree. We need to populate. I have no idea how things got this way. I don't think anyone remembers. Drevonia certainly isn't too focused about when mating occurs. As he speaks, I make a sudden realization and groan in understanding. That's why Loken's been so uncomfortable with his flirting. He doesn't want me to think that he's some kind of lecher. He's been flirting already, huh? He must want you a great deal. Maybe? I just don't think that he cared much about the indulgence. He wouldn't stop complaining about it. Ah, he only complains when I am not there. I've seen him get into the spirit more than most. So, will you partake with him? I wince. I just. I don't think it's a good idea. Him and I are, It's different for us, isn't it? We're black runners and I just. Uh. I don't think the whole orgy thing is for me. The tiger mumbles something pensively. Wait for me outside. We'll talk. Hell, I bet he knows Logan far better than I do. Um, yeah, sure. Conscious of him potentially looking at my butt, I step out. I quickly tug the loose leggings on and head back outside. Whilst I'm waiting outside the showers, I see something that surprises me hanging outside the tailor's. A mirror. I hadn't seen it before. Intensely curious, I step over to check myself. Hmm, what a specimen. This is what we're left with? Ugh. I immediately regret looking in the stupid mirror. I turn away, wallowing in self-doubt. At least the new clothes actually fit. This jacket is pretty decent. The clans don't seem to have gotten the hang of shoes yet, though. It doesn't take Orion long to join me. He's redressed and looks considerably fluffier. Ah, much better. It's pretty fucked up that hot showers survived the apocalypse, but toothbrushes didn't. Just another reason to stay in favor with the Automonks. He gestures for me to follow him. Come on, I have something for you. Curious, I set off after him with my old clothes tucked under my arm. So, you and Loken, you wouldn't indulge with him? I guess I would? But I'm his acolyte and we've got Black Runner things to worry about. So, the indulgence is about shedding your cultured self and divulging your most basic desires, Alex. Outside the indulgences, yes, you're his acolyte. Within it, though, you're an animal like him, and you're here to mate. The way he describes it, the indulgence makes it sound like a mindless vortex of feral lust. I have to admit it's enticing. Oh my god. Ugh. Despite the temptation, Ilea's crazy sex culture still feels a bit inhuman, I guess. It's not really for me. Plus, Logan seems really uncomfortable with the idea. Every time we get close, he backs off. He's just trying to respect you, Alex. He'll hold himself back until the indulgence. That's the proper way of doing things here. Were things different for humans? Yeah, very different. We had lots of way of hooking up, like loads. We didn't have the affliction, so no indulgence. It was pretty varied. We had marriage, for example. What's that? Where you fall in love with one person and commit to them for life. You have like a pretty big party to celebrate. It was sacred, I guess. Kind of like how the indulgence is to you guys. Orion snorts at the concept. And this marriage commitment, is it to a soul partner? Yeah, but it's not just for one night, it's for life. That's inefficient. Sex wasn't about efficiency. Imagine only having one snack at the buffet. Right, as opposed to stuffing your face with everything at once. So you are opposed to a good stuffing. That's not that. Trust me, I've been thinking about Logan a lot. So what's the problem? The timing is perfect. But what happens after the indulgence? After? I don't think that I could just fuck him out at the indulgence and then pretend it never happened. It's not the human way. Who cares if it's not the human way? I care. Orion shrugs. I suppose that you could just convince him to do the things as the Zephyr might. I really don't think Logan would want to stop. Once he claims that ass of yours, he'll want to keep it. Isn't that disrespectful? And we're both guys. The last thing that I need is a target on my back. Look, Alex, I'm not one to judge. Neither is Drevonia, and hers is the only opinion that matters for you. You're both Black Runners, too. Your business is your own. It's not like you have to tell anyone. I shake my head. I don't even know if I want all of this. I'm supposed to be figuring out why I'm here, not getting laid. If Logan told you that he wanted to point you senselessly all night, would you turn that down? I feel my face turn redder than I think it ever has. Uh, I. Gods, I don't know. I guess not. Orion pauses in his stride to face me. You and Logan are a rare match. He doesn't get that kind of companionship very often, unless it's from me. He craves it more than you can imagine. He's right about that. If I don't address this thing between Logan and I somehow, it'll just get awkward. I guess I am fond of him, and if I can give him some kind of happy companionship, why not? He's a good hound. Maybe getting closer to him would mean that I could help him with his insecurities, or potentially I just make them even worse. Probably that. Orion and I reach for one of the carriages that arrived with the mating troop. The tiger signals for me to wait as he starts rummaging through the back. Here, this should help you both get into the spirit. He drops a small cloth pouch into my hands, held close by a lace around the top. Curious, I go to open it. I wouldn't do that, unless you want to start the indulgence early. I look up and see Orion wink at me. I scowl when I realize what he's just given me. This is fair, isn't it? It sure is, friend. Why? Just take it. You don't have to abandon your human side to fuck like one of the clan. I look down at the package, unsure how I feel. I'll admit that it's kind of tempting. If you don't want it, that's fine. I'll have it back. It's valuable stuff. Do you really think that's what he'd want? Orion shrugs his shoulders. I want him to be happy. I think that you'll make him happy, Alex. Confused, but happy. Confused and happy. I'll think about it. I put the package in my back pocket. Good. I need to go see that my boys are ready, so I'll let you get on. Talk to you later, Alex. All right, bye. And thanks. He gives me a very small bow. I roll my eyes at him, grinning. He's quite the charmer. I can see why Taki wants a turn with him. I have nothing left to do in the village. I figure that I'll return to the lodge to get some sleep. As I reach the outskirts of the village, a pair of familiar figures come into view. My heart jumps. Hey. Alex. Ah, good, good, good. You're here. You're here. You're well? Hey, Ann. I'm fine. Just tired. Didn't get much sleep. I look up at Logan, quietly still anxious that he's upset about something. I give him a smile. To my relief, he gives me a warm smile back. Hey, Logan. Alex. Once he's been acknowledged, he steps over to me and stands by my side like a guard dog. I smirk, bemused by his placement. You are wearing different clothes. Yeah, my old stuff needs a wash after yesterday. Showing him my old set of clothes. Okay, we will do this tomorrow. He gestures to Aeon. I have informed Aeon of our task in the Black Zone yesterday, and of these memory boxes. Oh, yes, yes. Bad business, Alex. Very bad. Whatever you found, it's big. So big. Bigger than anything. The Black Zones were roused by this discovery. There's more. Drevonia told me that there are Black Runners still missing from last night. They must have been in the zones when they went crazy. Loken's face falls. He looks away pensively, while Aeon scratches his chin. If you keep going after this, boys, it's going to get worse. I have other concerns, too. I do. Aeon looks around the village, as though cautious of eavesdroppers. He leans in a little closer. Loken and I do the same. I know the Automonks, but even I only ever glimpse their workings. They're always 3 steps ahead, always. You are thinking that they knew of these memory boxes? Exactly. Deniability. It's all a veil of disinterest, a lie. Under no circumstances can you tell the Automonks about what you found there. They'll know it was our fault that the Black Zones became frenzied. Perhaps. But what if it's something to do with you, Alex? You're the one that accessed this data, no? This happened because he is a human? Or was it because of Bite? Do they really know about him too? I'm starting to feel paranoid about these Automonks. Who knows what they might be plotting? In any case, Alex, Loken, we should tread carefully. Play ignorant. We should stay away from the Great Barrier. The Automonks are too strange. They are dangerous. Boys, they're expecting us to go back to them. If you change your tune now, they'll be suspicious. They will. We still need to know what's going on with you, Alex. We need their equipment, so we'll be going back to the Great Barrier. Loken snarls, but Aeon continues. And we'll be playing along, but we'll be wary, boys. Wary. Keep your wits sharp, very sharp. They've allowed us access to their equipment for an afternoon, Alex, which means that I can give you a full medical examination. I am uneasy. Tell me if there is another way to perform these medical examinations. I could lobotomize Alex with a rusty dinner knife. No. Then it's a Great Barrier or nothing. Don't worry, Hound. The Automonks value their alliance with Drevonia too much to let anything happen to Alex. Caius will not attack the Automonks while they are under her protection. Oh, Alex, Loken says that there's something that you need to tell me. Something about another friend that you've been talking to? I scowl at the Hound, who just smiles encouragingly and gives me a thumbs up. Yeah, we don't have time right now. Remind me tomorrow. All right. You best get going then. I imagine Loken's going to be wearing you out today. I blush. Oh, wearing me out? We will train. You must learn of the 4. Oh, yeah, that. I knew that. Man, I need to get my dirty mind out of control. Yeah, you do. So long, chaps. I have some work to do. I do. So long. We will see you again soon, Aeon. Later, Aeon. The mole waddles off, back to the village, and towards his hut. Loken and I watch him go silently. When he's out of sight, the husky looks down at me. I feel weirdly nervous. The last time that I was alone with him, I was drifting to sleep in his arms. That has to mean something, right? Hello. I grin warmly up at him. Hey there. We will return home. You must learn of the 4. Wait, are you okay? I am fine. But you weren't there when I woke up. Did I do something wrong? He opens his mouth, but then hesitates. Come on, big guy. Talk to me. You were asleep heavily. I did not wish to wake you. But where did you go after last night? He puts a huge paw on my shoulder. Alex, I am okay. I wanted to be alone, to think. Only this and nothing more. He sounded genuine. I better not push him on this occasion. All right. I'm just worried. You are a good human. It is good that you are worried, but I am okay. He peers closely at me, our eyes locking together. You are... Here it comes. Tired? Oh, yeah. I was thinking that I could do with a nap. Hmm. Many things happened yesterday. After we train, you will rest. He gestures for me to follow him, shaking my head. To clear my fatigue, I set off after him. I think I'm gonna leave it there for now. So there's more relationship trauma with these guys. You can tell that my interest in this story is not their relationship because, at least for me, it's going by really fast. And the story does make note that perhaps they are moving a little fast. But again, I do understand why it's happening. And it has more to do with Logan and Alex's libido than anything, but it's whatever. I know for you guys are like, oh my god, they're gonna finally fuck. Yeah, oh my god. You guys are not gonna see it. But still, I'm pretty sure that there's one of you at least out there in the audience right now that's like, oh my god, Logan, he's so beautiful. I love him. Oh my god, he's so precious. Ugh. Ugh. I just have a harder time getting invested in the romantic partners when it's literally when to me it feels like the relationship is just like steamrolling through the story. And I know that this is like what the 11th video of this visual novel. This is technically the 4th day out of the current 7 that are out right now. But like, really? Really? Can you keep it in your pants a little? Could the indulgence have happened a little later? Anyways, I mean, I don't know how long Soulcreek is supposed to last. Um, I kind of know what's gonna happen on day 7, which is a big, big thing. So you have that to look forward to. Um, with a lot of answers as to what's happening. But like after you after we get to there, then what's the end game? So yeah. Anyways, back to this. Obviously, no spoilers. Um so putting aside my discomfort with their need to fuck, I I get what's going on in their culture where the mating troop goes from village, well, no. Well, yeah, I guess you could call it a village slash clan, to try to keep the population up because otherwise, if they don't do this type of thing, then the amount of males to female ratio will, it'll lead to their extinction. And so it's a necessity. They can't do things the Zephyr way or the human way. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that word wrong, but I don't care. Um, because it can't be like, oh, one guy is just gonna find one partner. Like that's a sure way to, kill off an entire species. So they're doing it kind of like the conservationist way, where you're introducing a male to a whole bunch of females, and then you're just taking that male and taking it to another bunch of females, and you're hoping for the best. You're doing the Krogan way. You're just hoping that the kid that comes out is gonna be a viable male who can then keep the cycle going, because otherwise you're just gonna end up with a whole bunch of females and then they're all gonna die. I hope it's also not un I hope it's not intentionally one of those tropes where what was it? I saw it recently on Discord with my friends where it's where you're either intentionally hateful to women or unintentionally hateful to women, where like certain animes are either intentionally or unintentionally on there, because the story writes the female or the main females as like being useless or useful, or where the main character just doesn't care about them, about his love interest or whatever. But like in this instance, I hope it's not like, oh, there's too many females and they're useless to the population because we need more males. I mean, it's an interesting thing. Anyways, yeah, write down what you think so far of the story, and thank you all for watching slash listening. If you would like to play Soul Creek yourself, then you can do so by going down into the link in the description for the Twitter page if it still exists. Who knows what that stupid little, guy that pretends like he's an actual billionaire, but he really, like, he's probably poor. He's poor by now. I mean, come on. He can't even pay his own bills. But, like, hopefully Twitter is still there, and that should have a direct link to itch.io where you can download Soulcreek, or you can just go to itch.io and download it yourself. But no, I cannot post the itch.io link here because YouTube just doesn't like visual novels. And yeah, and they give you warnings. So anyways, I will also post down their coffee so you can donate to the project and, help it keep going. Donations tell the creator, especially with coffee donations, that you really appreciate their work and, you want to support them. Sort of like when you guys donated to me through my coffee, which will be linked down in the description in case you want to, donate again. Because after all, the only reason that I am reading Soulcreek is because of your donations. Yeah. I had thought about doing Patreon for like visual novels that have the adult content and then just putting it behind the paywall of Patreon. I know Patreon does have a thing with adult stuff, but I know certain furries that have, you know, furry porn on Patreon. So like, I mean, I could upload the videos on Patreon and then, the paywall would act as a deterrent from minors being able to watch it. So I could have the uncensored version of Soul Creek where I put myself to read them having relations for you guys and you could see everything. Imagine that. I open a Patreon where every single visual novel has the NSFW version on there for you guys. But yeah, I had toyed with that idea. I don't know if you guys would actually go for it though. But anyways, so yeah, so I guess that's it for now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.